Wagwan JBabies, it's your girl JBabe back again with another video. Now today's video is going to be really interesting because I know I promised you guys some cooking content, and today we're going to be baking. I'm going to be making a mango tart. I have never made this before. I'm following a recipe online. I will leave the link in the description below, and I'm basically just going to be showing you guys how I'm doing it and probably put like a voiceover so you guys can know what I'm doing. And yeah, that's it. Let's get right into the video, innit?
Okay, so yes, I know you're wondering why the heck am I showing you guys pancake mix. Well, as you guys know, it's a lockdown, so they didn't have flour in the shop, so we had to offer pancake mix, and I googled. Don't worry, it's fine, it works. I'm also using cubed sugar that I crushed myself because again, lockdown and they didn't have granulated sugar. All measurements are approximated, by the way. I did a little bit of mathematics, if you know what I'm saying. Also, oil is not in the original recipe. They're asking me to use 4 eggs for the whole thing, and I'm like, that's crazy. So I opted for oil instead, and don't worry, again, I googled it, it works. This is the part where you guys get to see me use my impeccable mathematical skills to determine 115 grams of 200 grams of butter. And this is why you need an apron, kids. Now that I got my apron, it's time for me to freestyle this oil pass. Like, I literally have no idea how much oil to use in this. This is just me using my brain. So now you're gonna want to mix in, you know, your flour and your butter. This part is really messy, so like, prepare your mind. All this in our cruise, okay? I'm just putting the oil and the amount of pancake mix I feel is right to get to the consistency I think is right. Now this is the part where I pretend to be Lionel Messi, but like with my hands. And once you're done with that, wrap up and leave in the fridge for 30 minutes, kids. I didn't show you guys that part. Okay, so it was mango season and we had like 2 fridges full of mangoes, so I got 4 overripe mangoes. Okay, so now I'm peeling the mangoes with a knife. Tip that I did not apply here, but you should use if you want to do this right. When you're peeling a mango, right, peel it from the head, the place that has the kokoro, like the place that like was plucked from it. What they call it? Wait, let me go and Google. It's the place that was plucked off from the stalk. Peel it from there down. At a point I just got frustrated and started using my teeth to peel it. So the knife I'm using is very sharp and has jagged edges. Jagged? Google says it's pronounced jagged, kids. Oh, and yes, before I forget, this part is also really messy. So when you're done with that, you're gonna want to get a blender and you're gonna pour all of that in, put a little bit of water, you get what I mean, and blend that pea, blend it. So this is the consistency I decided to go with. At the time I didn't know if that was good enough or not, but if I were to go back I would put less water because the whipping cream is also going to add to the liquidity. We're all grown boys and girls, don't forget to clean while you cook. Popped in to check the recipe. A week or 2 of culinary training taught me to always crack my eggs with a knife to prevent the shells from going in. Okay, so this is a delicate part for some people, separating the white from the yolks. So you crack the egg, then you make sure that the yolk is still inside. Then small you be turning it over to the other side so that the white will slowly be going away. You get, like, can you see the way I'm doing it? Slowly, till all the whites that you can possibly get out has gone. You get. tip when whisking: to prevent your hands from getting tired, keep your elbow down and whisk with your wrist. So you want to whisk till it looks foamy like this. The recipe told me to use 180 milliliters, but since I'd not like to hear what, I used the whole 200 milliliters. So this is what my filling looks like. This is me contemplating whether or not to finish the whole vanilla extract. As you can see, I've brought out my dough from the fridge, and as you will see, I had some very serious issues with it. So my dough started falling apart, as you can see, and I tried everything possible. I tried adding more water, I tried adding more pancake mix with the water, I tried until I finally decided to Google and saw that the solution was adding cold water, so mixing ice and water to the dough to make it like hold its shape. So when I was finally happy with the consistency, nobody has time to put this thing in the fridge for another 30 minutes. I put that in the freezer for like 10 minutes. So my dough is finally out of the freezer, and anytime I'm baking pies and stuff, like the hardest part for me is spreading it out and now putting it inside the pan or the kinikon. So I did something I've never done before. I rolled out my dough on foil paper, and then I put the foil paper inside the container, the glass bowl that I was going to use. So this is what it looks like. And now you're going to want to put holes with a fork so it doesn't like inflate. So now it's time for me to pour the filling into the dough, and turns out my filling was actually slightly like too much, but we move. So this is what it looks like before going into the oven. Now all that's left for you to do is follow the temperature settings given in the recipe. Now the thing is, I didn't do that because I'm not properly equipped. Our oven isn't functional, so I had to use a grill. And if there's one thing I learned, is that when it comes to tarts, the temperature settings are absolutely essential. So make sure if you're using an oven, you follow them to the letter.
So this is me testing to check if my foil technique worked, and it did, guys. This is the final result. Like I said, my temperature settings were kind of off, so I burnt it a little, but it was still edible, so yay!